What's up, guys, and welcome back to Farming Simulator 25. Welcome back to the farm, baby. We have a lot to be excited about. We have put ourselves significantly in debt, and today we find out if all of that was worth it. So, looks like our canola's coming along nicely. We're going to be able to harvest that next month. I think our oats might be available next month as well. So, we've got a couple fields of oats here, lots of money to be made here, but our biggest thing is going to be down this 2-track and across the street. If we take a look at our growth here, we are officially ready to harvest our grass, which is obviously very, very exciting. Now, I think you can get to a second stage of ready to harvest. I've read online that you can get like a yellow tint on top of the grass, so I kind of want to wait one more month just to see what's happening. But I think we might not have that accessible because I think you're supposed to get that after your first one. So you plant it, you roll it the traditional way, it grows, you cut it, you roll it the specialty grass way, and then I think you can get that extra bonus layer. I'm really hoping if we don't, I mean, it's grass, it's not going to die. If we wait a month, it's not going to hurt us. So we might have 3 fields ready to harvest at the end of this day. You know what? Hold on. Let's actually hop over in this thing and let's test out our mower. We haven't used this thing yet. So I did change up our mower. We bought the cheapest one, and I decided I wanted to go for the slightly more expensive one. So we have, it's still kind of a bottom tier mower, but it's a little bit bigger. The weird thing is I think this one folds straight out, but it should save us some time over time. So let's see if we can get this thing to fold. Yeah, that is weird. Okay, then we can lower it. We can turn her on, and we're not even oh gosh. Okay, I don't want to roll over our crops here. Hold on. We got it. We're just knocking them over a little bit. Now we can turn it on. Look at that. All right, we're mowing some grass here. Now, obviously, for a personal lawnmower, we're maybe going to need something a little bit more symmetrical than this, but for the actual field, this is going to allow us to stay out of running over the grass. It's also the thickest, relatively cheap option we have that we're going to be able to do less passes on the field, and it should make our job a little bit more efficient. I just feel like if we're going to be focusing on grass, we should try to be as efficient as possible. So we probably could have left this over at the other field, but it's fine. I think what we're going to do, technically, we could do some contracts, but I'm dying to know if this is working or not. So I think we're just going to sleep one more time. I'm going to see you guys in July, and hopefully we're going to have some grass that we're going to be able to turn into silage. Oh my goodness, that is a beautiful sight, baby. Look at that. 2 fields of oats, 2 fields of gold ready to go. We've got kind of some bronze over here in our canola, and I think our grass is also going to be good to go. We've got 4 fields perfected all at the same time. All right, we're going to be hopefully making some money today. We've got a $100,000 loan we've got to repay, and we're paying interest on that every single day. So I'm hoping we're going to be able to make some payments here pretty soon, but let's get this thing started. So we've got a bunch of harvesting that has to go down. I'm thinking let's just start it off with this. We can get them, let's start on the field on the far ends. We can start with these oats, get an AI worker on it. Get to work here, buddy. Don't destroy any crops or anything, right? You're just gonna... Sometimes they drive out to the middle of the field and start a little chaotic. No, he's good to go. All right, I trust him. So next up, let's hop back over in this thing. It's going to be time to go mow some grass. I'm hoping we're going to have that second stage. We might have to wait another month. I think it's supposed to be 1 month past normal. Yeah, it's not brown. So it could be because it's our first time doing this. It could be that we did something wrong, but all in all, I think it's time to get started here. So we are going to pull up. I'm going to get our lines going. I mean, this is really weird. So we're going to set this up. We're going to fold this thing out. It's weird because it's all on the right side, which I don't necessarily love, but I also feel like that actually helps us out quite a bit. So we can turn this thing on. Let's push that down. Are we still locked in? We don't have a course detected. We might have to wait until we're on the inside here, and look at that beauty go. It's just grass. Typically, you're just mowing grass to make it look nice, but that is our product right there. That is how we're going to be making, hopefully, a bunch of money with silage today. So we're just going to take our time, make sure we mow it nice and evenly here. I guess we can mow our headers, and then we can have the AI help us out, or the field guides help us out later. So we can go to there, back this thing up. It's kind of hard to tell where the field ends. I guess it's a slightly different color. Come back this way, get her lined up, lower her down. Honestly, this might be a little bit easier to follow than normal because you're just kind of putting your tire on it. If the tire is on that edge, it's cutting directly behind the tire. So we can just kind of roll this thing around the corner. Make sure you're keeping your tires right there, Trev. Nice and tight to the edge. And we're getting all this mowed up. Now the thing is, I think you really want straight lines with a mower. Obviously we need the header here, but you really want straight lines because you want to be able to pick this up with your baler really easily. So we got to be very methodical about that. Shoot, telephone poles hate this, man. We'll be able to cut that corner. Ugh. Not a lot of wiggle room there, but we made it okay. Should be a little bit easier through here. I mean, we can cruise with this too, 14 miles an hour. It's got a pretty big width on it. Obviously, as time goes on and we get better equipment, that's going to be a lot better, but I like that. We made our first run right there. Let's go ahead and turn it off, lift her up. Let's take a look at what we're looking at out here. Just a pile of cut grass, but that is exactly what we're looking for. Now my question is, I'm a little bit worried about this. Is it okay? I don't know if we want to be driving across the path that we just made, but it wants us to have two headers. So this is a learning process. We're just gonna have to figure this out as we go. I would imagine we're losing some yield here. So maybe we should have cut this inside line first and then the outside line. We'll know that for next time. I mean, we're compacting it into the ground, but it's still grass. It's still cut grass. I would imagine we would still be able to pick that up with our baler. I hope so. I guess we could have got the baler to go straight behind it. Maybe made a little bit more sense, but I mean this, oh, whoa. Sometimes the thing gets weird when you start getting on corners. We'll be able to figure this out. You know what we could do? Let's turn it off, pick it up, fold it up. Before we commit, let's go ahead and drop this thing off, and then let's pick up our baler. This is the thing that put us into major debt in the last episode. $100,000 baler. It's the most expensive piece of equipment that we have. It looks like we still, I don't want to potentially lose. It looks like it still might work. So we're going to lower that thing. She's on, I think. I'm pretty sure she's picking up here. So if we just drive along this, we did do this in a contract one time. Yeah, we're picking up grass here. I would imagine we could probably, just kidding, we cannot. I was gonna say, could we get the field guidelines on here to help us out? But if we just drive straight down this, let's see, we'll go down this and we'll see how many bales we get. And then we'll go down the untouched swath path to our right and we'll see how many bales we get out of that and see if it's maybe a difference. So here it looks like we got one bale. I don't think we want to keep going. It's going to auto wrap it too. Let's freaking go. That is amazing. Going to drop that off there. Let me turn this thing off. We didn't really turn it off in time. That's fine. We were at 14%. We're going to turn her on and we're going to see if this gets us any sort of an extra bonus. If this takes us, 80% of the way down the thing, get out of the way, bale, out of the way. I can't hurt a bale, can I? I hope not. But if this takes about the same amount of time, then I don't think it matters if we drive over it. That feels pretty similar. I'm not 100% sure, but it kind of feels like it might be a little bit better if you don't, which makes things a bit more difficult. We're going to have to look into that. I don't know what the answer is, but look at that guy go. Getting them all wrapped up. Beautiful. We may have got a janky mower. I don't know if we made the right call on that one. It is what it is. We're just going to have to work with it. We're going to buy a nicer mower in due time. So let's pull this guy over here. We don't need him right now. We are going to drop off our baler. We're going to pick our mower back up. And I guess just out of an abundance of caution, we're not going to drive over our own paths. Can I pick this up? Oh, that's not the attachment point, is it? Oh, I forgot. Duh. Whole thing's messing me up. Dude, the attachment point's over here. I was trying to put it so it was nice and symmetrical. Okay, I hate this mower, but it's our mower, and we're going to make the most of it. Harvester's looking good. All right, here we go. So we are going to have to get a bit creative, I guess. Let's roll this thing out. I like how we left ourselves two giant things to watch out for too here. That was smart, Trev. Just put extra things in the way and make your job harder if you can. That's always a good idea. What's going to happen here? Yeah, I don't think we want to go up over that. Just not the brightest. We're a city boy farming. It is. We had to do a test. I didn't think about where it was going to end up dropping. You got to think about your repercussions there. We're just going to have to go back once we pick these bales up. We'll be able to get them later. It's not a big deal. So let's go to here. If we stop here, pick it up. Can fold it up so that we can go buy the stupid bale, put it back down. You're doing great, Trev. So we're just going to go like this. We're always going to keep it on our right, and we're not going to be driving over any of the paths. I mean, our headlands that we made aren't the best decision because we're going to have to drive over those on each side, but it's going to be fine. We're going to be able to work this out. We're going to fix it. It wasn't the prettiest, most effortless, version right off the bat, but it's fine. I guess I don't even know what to do here. I guess we're just gonna have to do it in like stripes. Try to get our headland or our field guidelines to match up with what we had. Yeah, this is good. Okay, so if we come over here, I mean it's just gonna be a little bit ugly in a few different places. We got our field guidelines to match up here, so we're going to, I guess we want to be on that. I want to be on the one on the left. I don't know why it's putting me on this one, but I guess whatever the game wants me, wherever it wants me, it's going to be fine. Okay, let's set up on this one. Beautiful. Put this down, turn it on, and we're going to be able to mow through here. And then we're going to have to go back and get this one that we're driving over currently, but that way we're not driving over any swath. We could be really overcomplicating this. I would just rather not make any mistakes and run into any issues here. So if there's any chance that driving over the swath is hurting our output at all, then we want to make sure we're taking care of that. And technically we're going to be able to do 2 back-to-back like this, but then the next one we'll have to split one. Yeah, the side mower kind of complicates things, but it's going to be fine. It's like we wouldn't be able to do the next path without it, but we can do this path here. So, I mean, technically we could have done one path over. I didn't get over far enough to the left, but that means we could go back and get this one that we're, or the one to the left that we're next to. It's going to be fine. We're going to work through this. It's going to be okay. Let's just make sure everybody's working all at the same time. I want to make sure our harvesting's still going well. We're full. All right, so let's go dump our harvester off. Shout out the comments. I didn't realize it, but somebody said that you can just straight up dump the harvester directly into the silo. I feel like that will make our job a lot easier. I'm assuming, actually, don't hit the tree here, Trev. Do we have to put our pipe out and stick our pipe in it? Is that how that works? Ah, that's nice. Okay, so we were pulling up with the trailer next to it before, but that's a bunch of extra steps that just don't really matter. While we're waiting on this, let's check our oat stats. I want to see, dude, we're going to have a lot of oat. We're going to have a decent amount of canola. It's going to be great. Oat, we're going to sell in December. Seems like most of the grains we harvest in summer, sell in winter. Eventually, I'd like to have some varied planting so that we always have some sort of money coming in, but oh, wait! We've got baby cattle! We've got calves! Oh my goodness! Look at you guys! Are you kidding me? I've been waiting for this. Oh my gosh, they're so cute! Oh my gosh! Hi, buddies! How old are you? 0 months, I'm assuming? 0 months. Dude, that is amazing. We got, what, 3 of them? Got another one here. He's laying down, taking a little nap. How you doing, little buddy? Good to see ya. Good job, mamas. That's what I'm talking about. Let's freaking go. How are we looking on food and water and everything else? Still looking pretty solid. Obviously, we've got more mouths to feed, so it's going to start going down even quicker. Eventually, we're going to have to get more into cattle. I think once we get our money up, we can buy some more cattle. We can get a manure pit. We can start making slurry. There are so many ways you can make money here. It is honestly a little overwhelming, but let's go ahead and turn this thing on, set her down. We're going to pick up the last of this oat harvest. I mean, we've got money right now. We've got a loan we've got to pay back, but we've got money. So let's pick this thing back up, shut it off. We're going to take this over. I'm going to get AI working on the next oat harvest, and then we're going to have the canola after that as well. Give me a solid, help me out here. Beautiful. We can also grab this guy. I did see something. Somebody said that you don't always have to cultivate, and I don't know like the rules or how it goes for, like, if this is oat, is there a way to regrow oat again? I know you don't want to grow the same thing in the same spot too many times. It's harvested oat, not fertilized. It needs rolling, and weeds are growing. Do you have to cultivate every time farming sim? If you use a drill seeder, you don't need a cultivator plow, and you don't seem to get weeds either. Interesting. Yeah, I think you need to cultivate each time. So if I'm missing something there, let me know. But yeah, we're going to have one of our workers come over here, start cultivating the field. And while that's going on, we can just head back and work on our chalked lawn mowing. I'm not making this difficult just for difficult sake, am I? I feel like there has to be a penalty. If you're driving over your loose grass, there's got to be a penalty for it. Just like if there's a hard breeze, it should blow around. You know what I mean? Like I feel like we shouldn't be driving over the grass. We can just keep it simple, baby. Get this down. on our line. Beautiful. So we're just going to run some zebras up and down, and then once we get to the end, we're going to have a lot of uncut parts that we're going to go through. We're going to bale. We'll do half the field with baling, and then we'll cut the other parts because all of that extra will have been brought up already, and then we'll bale again, and then we'll have all the bales, and then we're going to have to deal with the bales later. There is something called a windrower. I mentioned that in the last episode. It's kind of another step. I don't know if it's necessary, so we're not going to do it right now, but it's something we could add to the repertoire at some point. I am really excited to find out what we're going to make here, dude. Like, I'm going to make sure you get all the way over here, Trev. Don't skip one like you did last time. Go back this up. But I am so curious as to what we're going to be looking at for money here. I hope it is insane. I hope all this is going to be worth it. I realize it's probably not going to pay for everything we invested here, but if we can recoup a significant portion of what we put into this, that's going to be amazing. I think the biggest thing is we need to start working on our loan, to be honest. Like, the loan is not in the greatest of places. It's not in a bad place, but I think we're paying $350 a day in interest. I don't know if that's going towards the principal at all, or if it just, like, you have to go in and pay towards the principal. I don't know if there's any sort of a combo going on there, but yeah, $350 a day is going to start eating away at us. So this $100,000 loan we took, it's going to damage us quite a bit if we don't figure it out really quickly. Watch out for the freaking telephone pole, dude. Clip it. We clipped it a little bit there. That's fine. Out here mowing grass. I mean, it's peaceful. It is peaceful. That's for sure. The hard work's done here. Like that. I mean, this is the more physically taxing work to be out here on the fields doing this. But like, we grew the crop. The crop is there. Now it's just time to cash it out. And hopefully not crash your tractor in the meantime. That is a pretty steep cliff right there. Let's maybe try not to do that one again. And once our other jobs are done, like the cultivating and the harvesting that we have going on over there, I don't like to have too many AI workers going all at once because it kind of tends to get a little bit expensive. But once they're done, if we can get a lot of this baled up, we could kind of have an AI work the last few mowing parts here, and that could give us the freedom to follow them with the baler. Could be kind of cool. Got our last couple of passes coming in here. Look at this one. Around the outside there. Beauty. Cut her back this way. That's what I'm talking about. That was pretty clean right there. Nicely done, Trev. And I mean, this part is kind of weird. It was kind of in the headlands. It was kind of wherever else. This could be a little part that we fix up later. All right, I'm gonna get this thing out of the way for right now. Oh, there's a stop sign. Sorry about that. Yeah, you need a pretty good peripheral vision to use this thing. I guess we probably could have folded this up if we weren't going to use it like that. So let's go ahead and leave this thing here. I've got a feeling we're going to have some other things that are due to drop off oats, and then we're going to start harvesting that canola. Looks like our boy is taking care of the cultivating over there. We also got to get people fertilizing as well. So I mean, it's going to be a long freaking day. July is serious. I think we're going to have to get people weeding as well. So it's business is due. Little girl out here. Everyone's got to take a load off every once in a while. We're going to have 12,000 liters of oats, baby. We got to think about what we're going to plant next. I think we just keep going through all the seeds in that main seed pack that Grandpa gave us. And then hopefully after like another harvest, or, one more of these big harvests and a couple of grass harvests, hopefully we're going to have enough money. I would love to get like a big corn harvester and do some corn. I would love to do sunflowers. I would love to try some of the other stuff. So we're going to take this over to our canola. We have so many things going on. It's a little bit stressful. We're going to be all right. So you take care of the canola here. Thank you very much. We're going to go back to our tractor over here. I'm going to hook up to our baler. Oh. Don't park it on an incline, Trev. We're going to put this on our baler, and we are going to start collecting some hay or some grass or whatever the heck it is. Bring this thing up. Back it up, back it up, back it up, back it up. This is a very inconvenient hill to die on. And now it's just kind of low and slow, baby. It's a little bit bumpy. We're going to have to run this thing ourselves. There's no guidelines or anything, and we got to be careful. As we get closer to it filling up, it should start making a warning sound, and then we want to slow this thing down, get up to 100% so it starts making a bale. We should see that thing working in the background, and then we'll back it up a little bit so that when it drops it, we're ready to pick up the grass that we missed when it stopped collecting to start making it. I mean, that's pretty cool, dude. I love that. I want to know how much that's worth. So the thing is, if we take a look at these bales here, it says fermenting. We're at 1% on this first bale that we put down. So once that gets to 100%, then we've got silage, which we can sell directly. I think we're mainly just going to sell it. We can also use that to be able to feed to our cows and eventually make TMR, total mixed ration, which is like a superfood for them. It'll make them reproduce even faster. So obviously that's going to be big news for us, especially as we start focusing on feeding. But yeah, it's kind of a multi-purpose, multifaceted thing that we have here. And, oh, wait, we didn't have it down. We were driving along, not picking anything up there. It's fine. It's not a big deal, Trev. We're just gonna... I'm gonna get, like, all the random spots, and then we can get the nice rows that we made. But, yeah, so, I mean, grass, it's multi-purpose. You can make money from it. You can feed it. You can use it in a ton of different ways. You can turn it into hay, into straw, into whatever else. And on top of all of that, it grows infinitely, and you don't have to keep planting it and spending money on it. So it's kind of the jack of all trades here, which is awesome, but she definitely does take quite a bit of time. I'm hoping because of the fact that it takes this many, back this up while this bale comes out, because it takes this many like steps and pieces, it's gonna be worth a lot. That is so cool. I love the way it pulls down and picks them up. You gotta wait until it goes back, and now we're collecting again. That's another piece we gotta be careful of. All right, beautiful. So now we just follow our tracks that have previously been forged. Dude, look in the mirror. You got your rear view mirrors. You can see it spinning. When it stops spinning, the bale's been put out. Are we gonna be able to see it? I can't see it rolling out. I think our machine's too big, but it's kind of fun. You can see we're back collecting, and this is the really exciting part of it all. I'm not gonna lie though. So we took that $100,000 loan. Obviously that was a lot of money. Obviously that was a big risk. I'm not gonna lie, I am very, very happy that we didn't get a separate baler and a separate wrapper. It would have been the cheaper option, but we would have had to go through, we would have had to bale it. Would have done this part, just like bale it up and drop it, and then we would have had another machine to come up, pick it up, wrap it, drop it down. I think this 100K saved us a lot of time. Okay, so the good news is all three of our fields are all set up to go. They have all been fertilized as well as cultivated. Technically, they're stubble tillage. I still don't really understand. I feel like when we first cultivated it, went to cultivated, and now it only goes to stubble tillage. Maybe you have to do it again to cultivate it. I was trying to look online. I guess it's kind of the same thing, but stubble tillage will grow weeds quicker, so I don't know what the deal is there, but we're going to dump off the rest of this canola. This is our second canola dump. We're going to have a lot of stuff in our silo, which is obviously very exciting. So 3 of our 4 fields have been fully harvested. That means we've got to get to work on the grass, and I'm really hoping the grass is kind of the big special moment for us here. So we're going to take our harvester. We're going to put her back in her spot. She can rest until next year. Really, we probably should move her away from where she is. We could even put her in. Isn't this where we originally found her? I mean, we don't really use her that often, so let's just back her in here, and she can rest until next year. It's going to be interesting. So I don't think there's really anything we can plant right now. If you go into your planting seasons, we're in July, so it's harvest season for a lot of stuff. Obviously, we could plant grass, poplar, oilseed radish, but if we want to get into some of the other stuff, I mean, rice, I don't want to mess with. We could do wheat, canola, and oat pretty soon. We can do canola a little bit earlier than anything else, but then we'd have to wait until spring to do a lot of other stuff. So we might think, we'll see. We might think about that. It's just tough to leave too much space in between our plantings. Maybe we'll leave one spring field and we can try something else. Maybe try some soybeans. I've heard those are pretty good. Or maybe we replant everything and we end up buying another field at some point. How much does it cost to buy a field? Like if we wanted to get a smaller field, like what's 6 right here? 6 would cost us $250,000. Yes, we're not buying that anytime soon. Listen, man, all I'm saying is I better get paid for this. I didn't realize I tried. I can show you guys. Let's switch over to our farm tractor. I'm going to take our grass cutting tractor. I'm going to take this out. I'm going to try to make him work it. There, I was going to say it ain't so because it wasn't working before. AI stopped work unexpectedly, no field found. So I don't know what's going on with that. I was going to have him start cutting while we do it. Maybe it's because we already started it and we kind of messed up the lines a little bit. We'll obviously have to plan that better, a little bit better next time. If we shouldn't have cut it all. We should have just had him cut and then immediately followed behind him with this. I think that would have been the play. So instead, we're just gonna have a lot of solo work to do. So we're gonna go through, we're gonna make bales, we're gonna keep stopping and going. We have so many bales littered all over the place already. And there is a lot of ground to cover here. So we are touching every single part of this process. It is taking a lot of time. All I'm saying is I better get paid. Next time for sure, we gotta time this up. I guess, you know, it's the first time I wanted a hand in everything. I wanted to try mowing. I wanted to see what that was like. We have to have all hands on deck for this part, the baling part. Crazy thing is we're gonna have to pick up all the bales and take them to market after this too, which is gonna be wild. I wonder... we probably, I don't know if we want to sell them all right now. I'm really curious what the pricing and stuff is going to look like and how much we think we're going to make. But look at all the bales out here, dude. Like this took a really long time. And we've got four more rows here that we need to collect. And then we need to mow these final few rows and then collect those again. And then after that, we finally get to collect all the bales. So yeah, this is a very hands-on experience. And the crazy part is you can do this 3 times per year. This is not like the other crops where you plant it and you wait 8 to 10, 12 months, whatever it is. You can do this 3 times per year. The Browns off at the Super Bowl. All right, there we go. Let's make sure we're staying on the straight and narrow here. But yeah, it's tough, especially on these longer passes, dude. You got to stop 2 or 3 times, depending on how full you are when you start. So this has been a grind. I'm really hoping this pays off. I can hardly believe it, but I think we are actually done here. This took quite a bit of time. This was a grind. We could have made it a little bit better if we would have had the auto, whatever you want to call it, the auto mowing on, which I think we messed up by doing ourselves at the start, but it still took a really long time. So I think we have 43 bales out there right now. I'm trying to figure out the 44th. This is why you would potentially want a windrower. You can probably see it a little bit better in first person. We've got these little, I mean, obviously it's never going to be perfect, and our baler is a little bit skinnier. Like I think it's just imperfections due to human nature or you know, human performance here. But the baler doesn't always pick up everything. It leaves these little lines out here. So with a windrower, you could run over that, and it would pick all that up and kind of put it all in one thing. Obviously, I don't think it's worth for what we're doing here. We might be able to do something like that in the future, but we're going to take this off over here. We're going to go ahead and auto drop that. And your watch has ended, sir. Thank you very much for all your help. So let's go ahead and shut it off. Let's lift everything up. I'm just going to leave this thing under the tree for right now. We're not going to need our baler anymore. We probably could get one more bale out of the field. There is some thick stuff here, but there's really not that much. So I'm going to say what do I want for what? I'm going to say let's switch over to this guy. I'm going to be honest. I don't know if we'll do grass again. It's all going to depend on how much we make here, but I kind of... Should we roll it? I don't know if I want to roll it or not. Technically, we should go get a grass roller right now, and we should roll it, and that's going to give us a little extra. It took so long, dude. I feel like there's other stuff we could potentially do that might be better, but we've also invested a lot in this, so I'm not going to get it right now, but if we like it and it's worth it, we'll get it later. So let's, I want to see what our options are. We need to get these bales into a trailer. So that the thing is we can impale them. We could stab them, lift them up, and we could go take this and put it in a trailer. Like we could buy a flatbed trailer. Looking baling, we've got transport here. So we could get a flatbed trailer for $20,000. The thing is, I think we can use each of these for pallets as well. I think you can, you know, kind of multi-use them. But something like this, it looks like this is a bale loader instead of a trailer. It's $50,000. I mean, we don't really have a ton of money left. How much is that going to cost if we wanted to lease? $2,575. Let's see if it's worth it. I'm gonna lease this thing. This better frickin' be worth it, bro. I've never done anything like this, so I'm not really sure what to expect here, but we're just gonna pull up and connect to this bad boy, hopefully. I think we're a little... Sometimes the camera angles can mess with you. I hope we can connect to it. It's so hard. Like, honestly, if you want me to be completely real, obviously it's way more fun to play this game on the setup, especially when you're like actually driving and stuff, but it would be way easier to straight up play it on controller or even mouse and keyboard because you have control over the views and everything. I've got joysticks on my steering wheel, but obviously when you're whipping the steering wheel around, you don't have the ability to do that. Whereas like, sorry, stop sign if I hit you. If I have my controller here, I can turn all I want while also turning the camera because you've got two thumbs working at the same time. So it's like, the setup is nice. It makes it fun, but I think we might even be a little bit more efficient if we play on controllers. So when it's new stuff, I think we'll play on the sim, but we might start doing some episodes not on the sim just because it's not as comfortable, if I'm being honest, and I kind of like being over at my desk sometimes. So if it's not heavy on the driving and using the sim, we might switch it up a little bit. Let's take this wide enough to avoid the street signs, and I have no idea what the heck I'm looking at right here. What options do we have? We can change the that's operating position. Okay. So I guess we're just going to drive. Oh, watch out, watch out. We're going to drive up to bales and it's going to pick them up, I guess is the goal. Oh, okay. You know what I just realized too? These bales aren't even ready yet. We're at 50% fertilized on the field, but 2% fermented in the bale. We've got 1% fermented there. I think these two over here were the first ones we did. These are at 4%, 9%. That's pretty good. So the most we have is 10%. We need to back this up. It's a good thing I haven't saved yet. We're going to back this up. We're going to wait a day until August. And then hopefully these are actually good to go. Then we can have the trailer and actually kind of get to work here. Am I reading this right? Every one of these is 3,500 liters of silage, of fermented grass. 99% fermented. This one's already done. Most of these are already done. All right, we're going to switch back over to this tractor here. Let's get this guy fired up. Let's get him hooked up. And we're going to take this thing over to our field. What a journey this has been, man. My goodness, it has taken us a long time to get here. But 3,500 liters of silage per hay bale is honestly kind of insane. Now, I don't think grass is like super profitable per liter, per 1,000 liters is usually. Oh, a tornado came through here, huh? You can see the trees broke. Or maybe those are the same trees broken from a few episodes ago. They stay broken. Wonder how long it takes them to regrow. It could be, 20, 30 years. But yeah, I don't think grass is very profitable on like a per liter basis. Obviously, it's, silage is going to be a little bit more than grass, but it's still not great. But the fact that we have so much of it is what might help us out here. Now, it did take a long time to get so much of it, so I'm not going to lie to you. I'm hoping we only have to do this a couple of times. That's going to get us enough money to be able to start getting into other production chains where we can start making a bit more money a bit more quickly. But, we'll just have to wait and see how this goes. I'm hoping we can pay off. We better be able to pay off our debts, I would think. 100,000 for this field. Maybe not. We'll see. A tight fit through here. Take her kind of wide. Try not to take out the road signage, and here we go. So let's get this bad boy down, and let's see. A little bit stuck there on some uneven territory. Oh, wait, what? It's like that? Now how will it send it back? Is this gonna keep going back? How does this work? Oh, you stack it 3 tall and then it sends it back a little bit. And we can literally just go through here and you can watch it working in the mirrors. This is way easier inside. Just cut it kind of close. And it's kind of hard to see-ish. I'm bringing it around here. Is that going to be close enough? That's close enough. Dude, let's freaking go. What happens if we go sideways? I mean, I would imagine that's probably even easier for it, right? Oh my gosh, we just have to hit every hay bale out here. I hope they're all done. They might not all be done. Hold on. I may have just messed that up a little bit. Oh, that one's done. We know this side was the last one to go. 99% fermented there. I mean, technically, they're going to stay fermenting even on the trailer. That one's done. Okay, we're good to go. I'm feeling confident. Let's just run this. Dude, this is a $50,000 trailer, but this performs like a $50,000 trailer. I can't imagine a better trailer than this one. I have to pause for a minute. There she is. Dude, that is so freaking cool. Are you kidding me? Is this real? Like this is an actual machine that's been made so that farmers can just drive around and not have to use their little bale stabby McGee things that we have over there. Or we could just go one by one. This is amazing. I'm going to keep at least a couple of them for ourselves because I think we are going to need these later. And it's almost like a trophy, you know what I mean? Like we worked so hard for this. We owe it to ourselves to keep a trophy from it. I'm close to being full here. Got a little bit more space. I cannot believe how freaking cool this is, dude. This is ridiculous. I'm such a nerd. This is so freaking sick. This guy up. We're going to want to go nice and slow here. Looks like we might be able to get one more. No, we could do 2 more rows here. Beautiful. Bring her around. Keep it nice and close. Boom, there you go. So technically, if we were doing this for real, I don't think this thing would be able to auto-turn your stuff. So you'd want to be pulling in like this. So you kind of get it already on the side that it's supposed to be on. So you can grab it so it just goes in there. But luckily for us, it makes our job a little bit easier for us. So what does a full trailer of silage get you is what I want to know. Let's pick up one last one right here. We've got 24 round bales of silage, 125 centimeters each, something like that. Let's go ahead and fold this bad boy back up. So I really want to sell this stuff, especially because we have the lease and stuff. I really hope it's a decent time of year for silage. This is a huge load, dude. So we're lucky. The closest option to be able to sell this silage is also one of the most expensive. So we are at the peak time of the year. Granted, some stuff will go up and down, so there could be slightly better times, but basically we are going to be at one of the best times we could possibly sell this silage, and we're going to see what we can do. Dude, this thing hangs out really far. If you were on the right side of the road, you could totally clip one of those light posts, but we're going to take this 500 meters. Looks like it's going to be kind of close to the shop in town, and we're going to see what we can get for one full load. I think we could probably get almost a full second load. Oh, it's literally, we're taking it literally right across the street. But yeah, we could pretty much double what we get here. I just hope it's enough. I hope it's enough to make it worth it. Let's pay off our poor financial decisions right now. It's going to be kind of tough to make it through these cones. I think we took one of them out. It's fine. Not a big deal. I'm not even sure how to drop these things off. I guess we're going in right here. We're about to find out. We're starting at 24K. Unload bales with Y. What's going to happen here? No shot, dude. Are you kidding me? Oh. $13,000, $2,000, $3,000. Okay. Well, we have 24,000, so we made 20K right there. So let's think about this. Everything that went into this, we got a $16,000 mower, we got a $112,000 baler and wrapper, which, I mean, obviously that's a pretty big expense, but both of those things we're gonna need for other crops, so it's not the worst thing in the world. You know, the grass was basically free. We had the seed from our uncle, or from grandpa, and it's going to come back indefinitely, so that's nice there. This trailer we leased for $2,500, so really that's all we spent, right? There was nothing else. I'm going to make sure we go this way so we don't hit that bridge again. But so we're looking at about $125,000 investment on top of having the field available, and we just made 40K back. And I think if we were to roll the field now, we could get an extra 50% on top of all of that because you cut it and then the rolling gives you kind of like an extra bonus. So you're looking at 2 more times we're going to end up paying this entire thing off, which is pretty good. I'll be honest, that's solid. If you were just looking to simply make money, that's great. But I will say this was very, very hands-on. It's a great source of money, but it's a lot of babysitting it, a lot of watching it, a lot of, you know, we could have let AI mow it, but you cannot let AI bale it as far as I'm aware. I'm sure there's mods that'll come out. as well as, I'm not sure, can we let AI do this part? We can't let AI do this part either. So that's pretty tough. I mean, I liked it. The grass is fun. But for me, from like a content perspective, I think it would be tough to justify continuing to do this just because it takes so much time and there's so much effort here. Once we start branching out into more animal husbandry and want to start getting into more crops and stuff, it's just like this takes a really long time. So if we're on a money grind, I'll probably do this off screen, but it's very involved otherwise. So hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to finish this thing up. We're going to try to get some money back. I might have to do it one more time off screen just to make sure we get paid back for all of it. That's the thing. I want to make sure that we're actually getting paid back on our investments here. And I'm going to see you guys in the next episode where we take on something new. I don't know. I kind of want to try to get some livestock working. I kind of want to try out some new planting techniques and new crops over in our fields. The crops are nice because you do the work once. You can let AI do some of it, and then you get to kind of wait and have fun doing other stuff. So we'll see what happens. But all in all, spent 100 grand to make 40. If that's not farming, I don't know what is. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all later. Let me know what you guys want to see next in this series, and enjoy everything else we got going on, man. Flight sim, this, Planet Coaster. Got a lot of cool stuff happening. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.